Hi guys, I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to come on and do a few readings. First, I'd like to read on the Gavin Newsom recall election. I hope that anybody in California, please do vote, and please don't let the Republicans get away with this theater. Gavin Newsom was elected governor, and he should be able to finish out his term and run again. And, you know, it just feels like Republican bullying. You know, they just got a bunch of MAGAs to sign a petition to do this. And I think that they're really hoping that because it's such a weird time to have an election, that people will just forget to vote or whatever. So I voted by mail. You should have gotten something in the mail, and if not, you can vote in person. And I think you can even register same day and still get your vote counted. So yes, Tuesday, September 14th is the final voting day, but many polling stations are already open, and yes, you can register in person same day. That's my opinion on that, and I would like to see how this is going to go for Gavin Newsom from the cards. So, and I know a lot of this is like that same move where they just want to attach a sort of controversy, like even if they think he won't actually be recalled, which is, I believe, the most likely scenario, that it won't go beyond this. I'm hoping that it won't. I mean, I'm hoping that they just sort of try to shame someone that they think could be powerful enough to go forward and, like, for instance, become president, because he does have a lot of charisma. I was like tapping into his energy, and I was like, wow, he feels as charismatic as he looks. He's pretty handsome, especially for a politician. Anyway, no offense to any politicians, but ooh, interesting. I should probably use these cards. So we've got the Empress, covered by the Two of Cups. Oh, interesting. Seven of Swords at the top. I mean, this is like trying to steal this election. I said stealing the election, but I really meant they're trying to steal his position, his power, his popularity, steal votes for future elections in this tricky, dishonest way that is blatant scheming and plotting. I mean, that's what it is. That's what's happening on the surface, so that they have something to talk about and say that is a damper upon Newsom just by virtue of having this to gossip or say, you know, in the media. For like Republicans, conservatives, they love to hate California. It's interesting, this Empress to me is feeling like the state of California. I mean, you've got those mountains back there. I would say if California had a gender, California would be female. Sort of the place where the hippies became. I always feel like that came from like a goddess energy. That's funny, I think, yeah, like feminism, that's sort of the symbol for that. So like that's who we are. Oh, and then there's sort of like a pine tree on her necklace. So yeah, this, and like, oh yeah, and some of this growth, like all the different growth. California's just got it all. And so here we are with California, and then Two of Cups. You know, this would be coming together in agreement. The problem is, yeah, that it's like the opposite of that. It's duality. There's like a duality. Duality is just everywhere right now. You know, it's just like in every, you cannot escape it. I just feel like it's like coming up for us to get past, I hope, because it's so frustrating. It's like, when do we can't even agree on like a reality. It's like people just want to say, well, facts aren't facts, and science is not science, and, you know, it's a shame. We need to get to a oneness. So let's see, the near past then. So far I haven't even seen Gavin Newsom in this. It's more like California is having its own moment of duality here. In the past, Ace of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. That's a big, huge payment of money. Is that part of this? I would guess that yes, that there's big money behind this, trying to steal, trying to do something sneaky in California. Man, that makes me mad. Oh, weird. I forgot to do this card, which is interesting. Let's see what's beneath the surface. It's interesting. I noticed in this reading and in the one I did right after this, I forgot to put a card beneath the surface. And it makes me think about something I've heard about this time period we're in, that things are going to be coming to the surface more and more, and nothing will be able to stay hidden. And I wonder if there's a sort of sub-message here that it's happening now. The truth of things seems so apparent and obvious that there's not much hidden anymore, which is a good thing, even if it's unpleasant to see ugliness that is so apparent. Let's take this one. Page of Rods. This would be like young people. It'll be interesting to see if young people come out to vote. Like maybe they're just getting smart and they're not having it. Although a Page of Rods can also be a message. We got money, a message. Let's see what else we've got. I mean, it could be the sending of a message, having a new narrative for them to throw out there, because I heard that they're already putting it out there. I think Trump just said it's rigged. So it's like they want to add to the general message that everything is rigged against them so that people want to fight. On a more positive note, though, this messaging is happening on both sides. And watching back now, I do get from this page that people are getting the message to vote, and they are stepping out to vote. Maybe not in a landslide, but little by little. Page of Wands can also be a new passion for social activism. So I'd say that spark is there as well and rising up and will help affect this election, or at least is trying to. Queen of Swords, okay. I don't know who that is. Seven of Rods. This is how he's feeling right now, standing, trying to hold his ground. And it's not easy right now. He is feeling pretty beat down. I mean, you can see all these rods like going at him, and he's trying to protect himself and stand his ground. His rightful position that he was elected into is being, you know, you got these people trying to take it away. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. Seven of Cups, illusion, delusion. Yes. This is, you know, the messaging, which I think, oh, and this could also be like bots. Are there bots out there? Oh, I bet there's an army of them. Ugh, that's frightening. I don't like that. Because they create the illusion, delusion, the confusion. And this is what he's dealing with right now. Hopes and fears. Okay. Hopes and fears. Page of Cups. Okay, I'm not clear on that. I'm going to go see what we get in the end position. Okay, final outcome. Queen of Cups. This is weird. Who are these queens? We're entering a new doorway with wisdom about the devil. And then we have a star card and a Six of Rods, which is winning. This is like a new doorway to walk through with higher wisdom on the devil, the control of the people. Yeah, I asked Gavin Newsom. Outcome. I think, and especially with this star and the Six of Rods, victory. This is the victory. The only thing that has me nervous is the Two of Rods entering a new phase. But it could just be a new phase of the same journey he's already on. There is a higher wisdom on these tricks being pulled. That's true, that we are seeing. You know, it might just be saying that whoever shines the brightest wins. I think it's him. And we should just keep hoping for that. Stars, hope. We gotta keep positive and stay in the positive. And of course, get out there and vote. You know, Queen of Cups. Cups is Democrats. So I would say that he stays. You know, maybe Queen, maybe he's a female, sort of has female energy. I have to laugh on this notion of him presenting as a female energy because I keep thinking he is awfully pretty. But of course, female energy is also just a different way of exerting power in the world that's more empathetic and intuitive rather than overtly active and aggressive. So maybe he grows even more in that way through this process. You know, Two of Rods also being sort of like a second chance. Okay, yeah, so it's like walking through those doors again, being a second chance in his same position. Now, what we don't know, this Queen of Swords, what is she telling us here? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Queen of Swords is an independent woman. Yeah, this is women coming out to vote. That's great. You know, I kind of see that swords, that's like, she's got the information, she's got the motivation, she's out there, she's fighting, she's voting. That'll be really interesting to see at the end. I'm thinking now about how Texas right now is trying to take away women's rights thanks to their Republican majorities. So that could be a factor right now that is motivating women more than ever to get out and vote Democrat. So let's add a couple more to this Queen of Cups. Let's see what else we get. Queen of Cups is also emotional. I mean, I think even when he, you know, I'm hoping does stay, it's not going to be this like the same kind of celebration as when you're initially elected, because it's just still just emotional. It's just like a waste of time. Like, he's got other things to be worrying about. He shouldn't have to be out there campaigning. What else for Gavin Newsom moving forward? I think he's going to keep his spot, his governorship. What else? Fool card. I mean, you know, the Fool doesn't always mean feeling foolish, but I think he does. You know, there is something he did that I don't think anybody liked. He called for a mask mandate. Everybody has to wear a mask. And then he went to a restaurant and wasn't wearing a mask. And it was kind of like a fancy restaurant. It just was not a good look. I don't know if that's being represented here, but I do think he feels a little foolish, even in his victory. I mean, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, of course, the Fool is also the beginning of a new journey, which could suggest a new election. But with that Queen of Cups, I still think he stays. And I'm feeling it more as a new vulnerability and unsteadiness that he feels at the end of this. And unfortunately, also possibly a whole new set of problems that he's going to have to deal with that I see in that Five of Swords. And it's interesting, Five of Swords. Okay, this is the conflict that will come, the messaging that they've already started. This is sort of also like a stealing, like, oh, something was stolen. Oh my gosh, are they going to try to do the same thing that they're doing, like with Biden, and have like recounts, or just try to, they're just dead set on creating all this awful theater to try to create doubt in the minds of Americans, like just so that they're all just so overwhelmed with like fake controversies about elections. Oh, I'm so sick of them. Okay, what else? By the way, I never did get to that Page of Cups in the hopes and fears position, and I see it now clearly as exactly what I'm saying. The hope is for some to plant a seed of doubt in people's minds. That little fish is like a little brain worm that they hope to get into people's brains. The Page is very theatrical and emotional as well, which helps. So it's a hope for some and a fear for others. We hope this seed of doubt doesn't stick, and that this is seen clearly as the childish theater that it is. One more, the moon. This can be like hidden motives, it done in secret, the plans done in secret. It's just such a shame. I really want all of this to become more clear to everyone, and maybe that's what will come of this. The trickery just has to become more clear, and you know, the illusion delusion, the attacks on people who don't deserve to be attacked. It's just all this scheming, because it's all they have left, because their policies aren't appealing. Sorry. The world is changing, and they're trying to not change and get others to not change, but we're changing. And yeah, and I do feel confident that he's gonna stick around. I think that's what the cards are telling us here. But he, you know, he is up against it, you know? We've got the devil here. He knows what this is. Everybody knows what this is. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid we have this Two of Swords here now at the base, and that is a sort of, it could go either way, but I think it is leaning toward this way. So I think he might be a little wiser, even though it is a Fool card. By feeling foolish, he will be wiser. And that's what I get. So thanks for watching, you guys. Let me know if anything popped out for you here. And if you're in California, get out and vote. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.